Bearings are the forces driving manufacturing, be it of automotive OEMs or railways. SmallCap Spotlight is at the India Steel Expo 2025, and we are catching up with NBC Bearings, a part of the multi-billion-dollar CKA Birla Group. Niranjana LK shares insights into the industry and business.
Hello and welcome to SmallCap Spotlight. Today we'll be casting the spotlight on NBC. This is a company that's in the business of manufacturing bearings and is slowly expanding what they're offering industries across the spectrum. I have with me Mr. Niranjana LK. He is the head of Aftermarket. Hi, Mr. Niranjana, and thank you so much for joining us. I think to begin with, why don't you introduce NBC Bearings to all of our viewers?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the call today. So, NBC is a part of a $3 billion industrial house, one of the oldest industrial house in India. And NBC is one of the group companies of this $3 billion group company. So, there are multiple business verticals under CK Birla Group. We are into healthcare, we are into automotive, we are into housing, electrical, and NBC is one of the business vertical of CK Birla Group. So, the name of the company is National Engineering Industries. NBC is the brand which is in the bearing business for last almost 79 years in India.
Okay. Tell us a bit about your own role in the company. And how did it all begin for you when you joined NBC?
Yeah, so NBC, we have a multiple business vertical, right? So very broadly, we can categorize our business vertical into automotive, rail, and industrial. So I'm responsible for industrial aftermarket business within NBC to handle the bearing replacements in the industrial sectors within India, be it a cement plant, power plant, general engineering industries, chemicals, fertilizers, aggregates. So broad spectrum of industrial customers when they need bearing for their maintenance and the replacement during their operations. That's where we fulfill their demand through a network of industrial distributors. And that's what is my role within NBC.
So could you tell us a bit more about the product, basically? At what stage in the manufacturing, or you mentioned maintenance also. So where exactly is it used? And also, I understand there's a new product on the annual. So if you could also talk to us about that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we within NBC in the industrial product spectrum, we cover almost everything what the industrial needs under the broad bearings category. We make all types and sizes of ball bearings, spherical roller bearings, cylindrical roller bearings, needle row bearings, kilo blocks, plumber blocks, all varieties of bearings which can cover almost like 80% of the needs of the industry. Of course, few special types of bearings can be reviewed and made available on the need basis. And the primarily on the industrial sector, we are focusing more on metals, power generation, mining, cement, and general engineering. These are some of our core markets where we want to focus. And today, what you see here in Expo is what is that NBC can offer to a steel industry. I would per se categorize this as a metal industry. What we can offer the metal industry. So normally, metal industry you can categorize into a long flat product rolling and the long product rolling based on the type of the end product they offer to their customers. So for the flat rolling customers, we have all the bearings which goes into their hot rolling and cold rolling mill applications, which is extremely critical. Large size bearings, typically high performance is expected, and NBC offer work roll, intermediate roll, and backup roll bearings for radial and thrust positions for all the hot rolling and cold rolling applications in the flat rolling. And also, apart from these critical rolling applications, we offer bearing for the casters for the segment rolls, the spherical roller bearing for the casters and the segments, and all the general MRO bearings which are used in the plant maintenance, in the conveyor, in the gearboxes, within the steel plant ecosystem, a complete integrated steel plant. All the bearing needs have been served by NBC. Now, today we are launching few selected products which can be very useful to the maintenance or the end users within the industries. Though we are launching it in the Steel Expo, but this can be horizontally deployed and used by all the industrial end customers. The first product which I'm going to talk about is a BroadSense wireless condition monitoring system. So this is basically customers can measure the triaxial vibrations of their critical assets through a wireless mode, and they can have a centralized receiver which can cover a radius of 1 meter, and they can give the vibration and temperature information at a set frequency to the customer's computer. So by which they can measure the vibration trend, temperature trend, and take some proactive actions when the equipment trends are being abnormal. So by this way, the end user can plan their maintenance much better, and that's a great help for the anybody who is maintaining any equipment. It's like giving the advanced information, okay, there is something wrong happening here. I mean, I'm not normal now. So that's one of the product we are launching today for all the industrial customers. Of course, it can be used in mobile and railway and other markets as well. That's one product we are launching. Also on the steel, I also talked about the flat rolling. In the steel, there is also long product rolling where all the construction related TMT bars and the wires and the rods and these are manufactured. And when these long product mills are manufactured, there is an application called guide box where the consumption of bearing in today's world, where today's uh, standards is very high. The bearing life varies from a few hours to few days. And we did a detailed study on these applications, and we are launching a guide box, special polyimide cage, special steel, special heat treated steel, ball bearings and tapered roller bearings for the guide box applications, which will enhance the bearing life of the customers when they're using in their mill. So that's the second product we are launching. And also, though it's a standard product, when the long product rolling mill happens, normally the customers tend to use a 4-row cylindrical roller bearing. This, in fact, was a product gap to us, and we are launching that product to the customers today. So that's the another product we are launching. And the fourth one is vibratory screen bearings. So these are the spherical roller bearing with special features with the controlled radial internal clearances, controlled tolerances on the bore and the OD dimension. This is in the forward of the standard spherical roller bearing. So we are launching that product, which is typically used in the vibratory screens where they want to size the commodity iron ore and all. So that's the fourth product we are launching today. So it's a mix of few technologically advanced product, few products which solve the customer problem, few products with little more enhancement which are already existing in the market with our competitors, but we are offering that in NBC brand today. So that's all about the products what we're launching to our customers.
Okay, great. Great, great. So the raw material that you use when you make the bearing is essentially steel. I guess. Could you just give us some insight on that? What exactly goes into production for your?
Yeah, I mean the input for any bearing manufacturing is the steel bars of various diameters. Once you have the steel bars, they are cut into size and they are forged into a near net shape. The rings, we call it them as rings. They are forged or rolled into form of the rays. Then post the forging, then it undergoes the some of the turning and the machining operations, followed by the heat treatment operations, and then it gets into the subsequent operations for grinding, assembly, testing, and that's how normally the bearings are made. So in NBC as a plant, we have in-house capability of starting from the heat treatment till the grinding, assembly, testing, packing, inspection. Everything is available in-house at NBC.
So, who are your competitors?
Well, we per se, as I said, we are the first bearing manufacturing company based out of India. The Indian origin first bearing manufacturing company you can call us, right? So the competitor landscape, you can break them into few multinational competitors and few domestic competitors. From the multinationals, some of our competitors, you can name them. To name few, they are SKF, Schaeffler, Timken, NTN, NSK. These are the 5 major brands whom we compete with them. Apart from that, there are a couple of other brands whom we also classify them as a tier 2 or the outside these big 5 brands. You have ZKLs, you have ARB, URB. Very selected areas we try to compete with these brands. In automotive, a couple of Indian companies like Deluxe, Techspin. These are the companies which we compete in the different markets.
Yes. Could you tell me a little bit about the competitive landscape and where is NBC essentially in market leadership?
Well, we have significant share of business in automotive market and similar share of business in the railway business, and we are going very strong in the industrial markets.
Anything on the steel supply chain that's affecting you? Because, I mean, there are tariffs, etc., that are being talked about.
Well, right now our position is to wait and watch because still a lot of things are not very clear from the policy making point of view. So as of now, we are still maintaining the status quo as we are not still very clear about what's the outcome and how things look like. It's going to have influence both on our supply chain as well as our ability to compete or increase our footprint on the global base. So as of now, our position is wait and watch. What would be the final out?
Mr. Niranjan, thank you so much for joining us today on Small Cap Spotlight.
Thank you.